Welcome to the Cuyahoga County Council special meeting for this evening, January the 6th, 2011. Just a couple of housekeeping rules before we start. Pursuant to Rule 8C of the newly adopted Cuyahoga County Rules, there is no use of audible communication devices, which means there's no cell phone use. You would be asked to leave if you choose to use your cell phone. We also remind everyone of the decorum in the room. Please, no talking. These proceedings are being recorded. The proceedings this evening are being recorded. They will be available live tomorrow morning on the county website. Within the next 30 days, when we get all of our technology together, these proceedings will be streamed live on the county website. But as of now, they will be recorded and available tomorrow morning. The agenda for this evening will be on the center columns, and the proceedings will be on the videos to the side. Our next item of our agenda is a Pledge of Allegiance. We all please stand. As in any government meeting, we have a number of weighty decisions to make this evening, and we will start our proceedings with a moment of silent meditation. Thank you. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Here. Here.
Here.
Here.
Here.
We have a quorum present. Do we have a motion to adopt the agenda? Second?
I'll second it.
Madam Chairman?
Yes.
Thank you. I move to amend the agenda, and my amendment is to delete the item that says motion number M2011-0003, approving appointments to Board of Revision under suspension of rules, and to substitute in lieu thereof motion number M2011-0003, adopting a process for identifying and selecting individuals to serve on boards of revision under suspension of rules.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion on the amendment?
Where is that available?
Do you want to explain your amendment, Mr. Miller?
Madam Chairman and my colleagues, this amendment reflects the fact that our intent is that we probably will not actually name names of people to be appointed tonight, but rather we will develop a process that will move that forward, so the new language of the motion would better reflect that fact.
Is there any other unreadiness?
How many other people got a copy of this? I'm just trying to identify whether everybody else would like to read it or have it at least read as to what it is that we're voting on.
We're voting on the amendment as to, the amendment provides that we will be considering the process rather than actual naming of candidates.
Madam President, I was just asking how many other people actually read it before you voted, so.
Has anybody else been aware of it? Or I'm aware of it. It's called, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll? Brady?
Yes.
Yes. No.
Yes.
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 All right, the motion carries to amend the motion. Then we need a vote on the motion as amended. Is there a motion to adopt the motion as amended?
So moved.
Okay. So the agenda is adopted as amended. At this point in the...
Madam Chairman, we need to have a vote on the motion to set the agenda as has been amended.
So moved?
The motion is on the floor, but we need to vote on it.
All right, call the roll.
Yes.
Yes. No.
Yes. No.
Yes.
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 At this point in the program, we have on the agenda public comment on the items that, the one item that we have on the agenda this evening. We have had no one check in to make a public comment. Is there anyone that wishes to make a public comment? Okay, there being none, we'll proceed to the next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the meeting of January 3rd, 2011.
I move we approve the minutes of the January 3rd, 2011 organizational
Second.
meeting.
Call the roll, please.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
This is a special meeting of council to deal with a specific issue relating to personnel matters regarding the Board of Revision. At this time, I'd like to call on Mr. Martin Murphy from the Human Resource Department of the Cuyahoga County, who will give a brief overview of the proceedings.
Good evening, Madam President and council members. Marty Murphy, actually representing the Board of Revision. I would like to begin by providing a brief synopsis of the hiring process of Board of Revision hearing officers.
Madam Chairman.
Make sure it's on.
I'd like to begin by providing a brief synopsis of the hiring process for Board of Revision hearing officers to date.
Madam President? Yeah, it needs to be louder.
Can you hear it now? Gotcha. Thank you. Should I push? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. The process for hiring Board of Revision hearing officers to date. In late summer, a review was conducted of the backlog within the Board of Revision and an analysis of what we projected would be filed for the tax year 2010. The filing period for this tax year began on December 1st and will close on January 31st, 2011. Based upon this analysis, a recommendation was made to hire up to 7 boards to resolve the complaint filings that we had. In October, a posting was done for this position. It was an internal posting within the county that was followed by an external posting countywide. The external posting countywide was followed by a third posting countywide, and at this point in time we are still actively seeking candidates. There was a posting that came down late last week. There's another posting that went up this week that will come down at the end of next week. Of the postings that we've received, or of the candidates we've received to date, there were approximately 300 that have applied. From that pool, over 100 written tests were conducted to evaluate the strengths of the candidates. These were followed by around 70 face-to-face interviews by a team that included both myself and a human resource consultant provided for this process. Of those approximately 70 candidates that went through the first round of oral interviews, a pool of candidates was created, totaling 28 candidates, that was then presented to the council and Executive Mr. Fitzgerald for consideration. At this point in time, the Board of Revision is requesting the council to consider moving forward in the process to continue identifying and completing the hiring process for candidates for up to 4 boards of revision. And I'd be happy to entertain any questions should you have any.
Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, we entertain a motion to go into executive session.
Madam President,
Mr. Gallagher.
I move that the council go into executive session to discuss a personnel matter, specifically the appointment of individuals to the Cuyahoga County Board of Revision.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Brady? Yes. Mr. Germana? Yes. Mr. Gallagher? Yes. Mr. Schron?
Yes.
Ms. Conwell? Yes. Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Conley?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Ms. Simon? Yes. And Mr. Greenspan?
Yes.
The council will go into executive session to discuss this personnel matter. We anticipate the executive session should last approximately 1 hour.